Coming to you live from New York City, it's Jim Caruso's Pajama Cast Party. And now, here's your host, Jim Caruso.
Well, hi. Thank you, Billy Stritch. He's our announcer. Welcome. Welcome to Pajama Cast Party, the variety show that comes to your own home. It's what we do, people. How are you? I've had a delightful week, considering there's a pandemic going on. Everything's been going well. We've done some shows at Birdland. I've had some nice dinners out. Then it got freezing. I don't know where you're watching from. Of course, how would I know that? But it's now winter. It's Frosty the Snowman. And we were sitting out last night eating in a beautiful restaurant, and I was shivering. So that was fun. We have such a good show for you. I'm feeling so hyped about it. In addition to the autumnal situation I'm feeling, very, very happy that you're here. And I want to tell you about this show. It's just, this cast is crazy. In order of appearance, Jane MONEHEIT. What? Adam Roberts. Yes. Ava Nicole Frances. Yes. T. Oliver Reid. And Richard J. Alexander. This is going to be so much fun. I'm not even kidding. I'm really jazzed about it. I have my tea here, my boiling hot. Ooh, can you see the I would turn it around. It's a Pajama Cast Party mug. Oh, there it is. Kind of afraid I'll spill the boiling water all over myself. We have so much swag now. Ava. Ruby. Oh, Ruby. Are you here?
25 episodes in, and you got my name wrong.
I know. Well, we were just talking to one of our guests, Ava. Your sister is Ava.
Yes.
So I got...
But again, I say 25 episodes in.
I know. I don't know you well enough yet. I've only known you a minute.
I was going to say, how many years of friendship? Quite a few.
I know. I've known you since you were 6.
And now
That's
I'm 10.
a scary thing. And now you're 10. Have you had a good week? Tell me everything.
I have had, my boyfriend knows, I thrive during cold weather. I love cold weather for summer. I love the fall. I love the holiday season. I'm determined to still have somewhat of a holiday season this year.
Me too. We'll talk about that.
Yeah, so I just had a good week of literally lighting my candles, working from home, playing my jazz fall music while I get work done. So it's been fine and dandy over.
Did you light this candle?
I don't have it yet, Jim. I don't have it yet.
It's so good. Our friend Lance Horn started a candle company, a scented candle company, which is so good because all the candles are made by local performing artists. So everybody that's dealing with wax and wicks and stuff are singers and actors and dancers. He made us a very special cast party scented candle that is for sale. Are you pulling up the thing?
Yeah, hang on, it froze. Here we go.
Oh, for God's sake. That's how cold it is. This candle is so good. It's very clean and sophisticated. It's not florally and you know how you walk into somebody's house and it's like, wow, you have a scented candle. This isn't that. It's very fresh. It reminds me of Earl Grey tea a little bit, and a little sandalwood and some powdery. It's very light, delightful, very refreshing. We sell these things. Yeah. And they come in this beautiful little vintage jar with a black ribbon. Come on, people. These are going to fly off the shelves. Anyway.
What's more autumnal than that?
Huh? What is? And now, Ruby, why do we do this?
Why do we do this?
This is what hundreds of people are asking every week.
What I ask myself every single day.
Yeah. Actually, lots more than hundreds. Last week we had 10,000 views. I think
we
that's
had a lot of
crazy.
views. So apparently we do this for a good reason.
We do. We do it first of all to entertain the people. These are I would say they're horrible times, but I guess we're getting used to it. So they're nervous making times.
Yes.
They are just slightly depressing, and it's not good. That being said, we are here to cheer you. We are here to make you happy. We are here to tickle your damn funny bone.
Oh, okay.
Hello. And as we do that, we tell you that if you feel so inclined, be sure to visit our Venmo and PayPal pages, accounts. They're right here. Yeah. I pray to God I'm pointing to the link and not something rude.
You are.
Yeah, I am. So be sure and send us a little something. It's the only way. This is the only way performers are able to make a buck now.
Yeah.
How
And
horrifying is that?
Yeah, and so I was going to say, actually, I say this every week, but I really do mean it. And people have said that they've done this because I've said it, which is tip us, obviously, because hello, but also tip your other favorite live streamers, because this really is how you're getting the arts and how you're getting theater for right now. So if you watch Virtual Halston on the Cast Party Network every single Friday, send Virtual Halston a tip. I also, let me give a shout out really fast, actually, because I said I would do this. I produce a show every single week for the amazing Karen Mason. And her, oh my gosh. First of all, her voice is just incredible. Let's just start there. But if you enjoy her show, send her a tip. Anybody that you're watching, send them a tip, because they
Billy
really,
Stretch.
yes,
Billy Stretch has a weekly show that's on this, that can be seen on this very network.
Yes, and I know Gabrielle Stravelli is watching tonight. The early set every single Wednesday. Send them a tip.
Good.
It really, this is how people are making money right now, and this is how you're getting the arts. So support it. If you want the arts to be around, support it. That's my speech.
Absolutely. Well said, Ruby.
Thank you.
I think we should just get into this show, because first of all, I'm so excited to hear all of these people. Every single one I like so much. And, you know, it's fun to have a big Rolodex, because you just go through and you think, oh my gosh, I haven't seen this person for so long. I need to see them now. And they happen to be genius performers, every single one of them. You're just going to fall in love if you don't love them already. What better way to start a show than with one of the greatest jazz vocalists on the planet? If you don't know Jane MONEHEIT, I'm not sure where you've been, but boy, are you in for a life-changing moment here. And if you do know Jane, you know that you're in for a musical feast. Would you bring her to the stage? All the way to the stage, because I'm on a stage. Would you bring her to the screen? All the way from Los Angeles, California, Jane MONEHEIT.
Hi. How are you?
Get you with your sassy hand on your hip.
Well, sorry.
No, I liked it. You are the sassiest. How are you, my friend?
I'm so good. How are you? I miss you. I'm happy to see you.
So much. You got a haircut. I like it.
I did. I've gone a little shorter, and I'm very happy with it.
So cute. Is it hot? What's the temperature? What's the weather out there right now?
It's pretty mellow. I actually haven't been outside today, which is odd but true. But it's, pretty normal for September. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm not cold right now.
It's 81.
Right.
It's 81 currently.
Do you know? Oh, okay. Do you know that you were on our very first Pajama cast party?
I was. It was the first one.
That was the first one. Yeah, and this is 25. This is number 25, as Ruby
25th
said.
anniversary.
Yep, I know. I didn't get you anything. I'm sorry.
Oh,
But wait, I have a cast party magnet. I'll send you, because that's what you need. Available on our website. Jane, how are Rick and Jack, your husband and son?
They're so good. You know, things are good out here. We're just chilling. We're distance learning, you know, and
what's it like being a school teacher now all of a sudden?
Actually, Ricky is way better at it than I am. He's the more patient homeschooling parent of the house. But we were homeschoolers until our son was in 3rd grade, so we're kind of used to it.
Oh,
we took
okay.
him all over the planet with us, but yeah. So now it's middle school though, and we're having to relearn everything. A little harder. Algebra.
Yeah.
I don't even try with the algebra. Ricky's the king of algebra around here.
Here's what to tell Jack about algebra. There is no algebra in life.
This is
so.
I found this to be kind of
or geometry. I've never ever needed any of that.
Yeah.
As a nightclub singer, it doesn't come in. Doesn't come into my world. Okay. I have a question. Every interview I've ever read that you've done, you credit Ella Fitzgerald as your primary influence. You're such a brainy, like a musicologist kind of a person. Tell me what it is in musical terms about Ella Fitzgerald that just floats your boat.
Well, I mean, number one, she swings harder than anybody. You know what I mean? In terms of jazz and this genre of music, what she does is like time is everything, groove is everything, you know, and she's just more swinging than anybody. And then on top of that was the queen of the vocal improvisers, the absolute queen. So combine all that with her unbelievable warmth and kindness and like just the love that she would shine out at people when she sang, and forget about it. She's just my queen.
I love it. I love her too. God knows. And you know, I know the Great American Songbook is at the core of your material, but you often find new, interesting, maybe even surprising material. Where do you go? I mean, you do an Amy Winehouse song. I mean, that's not expected.
I do a lot of interesting things. I mean, I've covered a lot of different artists, but I always think of it as like kind of Great American Songbook Volume 2.
Well, absolutely.
The Wonder moments, actually, I'm thinking now of like Joni Mitchell and Paul McCartney and all kinds of people who aren't American. But
right.
You know, and I love musical theater, so there's a lot of that repertoire in my life as well. You know.
Well, how handy to mention musical theater right before this next song.
Well, this tune we're going to play. Let me introduce behind me Max Hamer, accompanying me this evening of Birdland.
Max,
hello.
I love Max Hamer.
Max and I play lots of online shows now. And this is a Sondheim tune that Max arranged for me from Sweeney Todd. I think it's going to be kind of surprising for people. But we've been doing this at all of our online shows. And I feel like it really describes how us musicians are feeling right now. I do.
I can't wait. Sing it. It's Jane Monheit with Max Hamer.
Shiny bird, nightingale, blackbird, how is it you sing? How can you jubilate sitting in cages, never taking wing? Outside the sky waits beckoning, beckoning just beyond the bars. How can you remain staring at the rain, maddened by just sing? Green finch, a lady bird, nightingale, blackbird, how is it you sing? Whence comes this melody constantly flowing? Is it rejoicing or merely hallowing? Are you discussing or fussing or simply dreaming? Are you crying? Are you screaming? Ring-dove and robinet, is it for wages, singing to be sung? Have you decided it's safer in cages, singing when you're drunk? My cage has many rooms, dead and scared and dark, no they're captive, teach me to be more adaptive. Green finch, a ladybird, nightingale, blackbird, teach me how to sing. If I cannot fly, let me say. Green finch, a ladybird, nightingale, blackbird, how is it you sing? Whence comes this melody constantly flowing? Is it rejoicing or merely howling? Are you discussing or fussing or simply dreaming? Are you crowing? Are you screaming? Ring-dove and robinette, is it for wages? Singing chick song. Have you decided it's safer in cages? Singing when you're told. My cage has many rooms, deadly skin and dark. No one there sings, not even my mom. Life's never will, you know, when they're captive. Teach me to be more adaptive. Green finch, a ladybird, nightingale, blackbird, teach me how to sing. If I cannot fly, let me say. Let me say. Max Hamer, my goodness.
Oh my holy hell. That was unbelievable, Jane. Oh, look, Gabrielle liked it.
Oh, Gabrielle, my favorite.
David Rogers, my old friend.
Thank you so much, you guys.
James Mace. Well,
James.
of
James
course.
is my person. James is my heart. James, I love you so much. Thank you for watching. But yeah, I think
that lyric.
Musicians are feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, I'm screaming, I'm crying.
Yeah,
We'd be better and safer in cages.
Yeah.
What?
I know.
It's
Thank
like
Max.
he knew.
It's all about Max, and he predicted this like 2 years ago.
Oh yeah. No.
Max, you sound extraordinary.
Thank you.
Sorry, my piano isn't tuned, but
It's are you kidding? Oh yes, please. We're so annoyed by that. You sound ravishing, Jane.
Thank you so much.
Oh my God! Look, people are going bonkers. Look at all the great comments.
Aw, that means a lot to me. Thank you.
Thank you, my friend. What a
Thank
beautiful
you. And thank
way
you for
to
doing this
start.
every week. I watch every single week, and it makes me so happy. So thank you for doing this. Oh
You
yes,
get me.
I gotta say, we have our next online show, October 10th, 5 p.m.
Where?
West Coast, 8 p.m. East Coast. On
Where?
it'll be
How?
Zoom. It'll be via Zoom, and I'll have all the details on my social media really soon. In the next couple days.
Follow Jane and follow Max, and then you'll know what's happening. I mean, there are fewer better people in the world than these two right here. This is this is the real deal here.
Well, thank you for having us on the show, and I'm gonna watch the entire rest of it. I cannot wait. I'm obsessed with all the rest of the guests today. Obsessed.
You be nice. I get messages from Jane. Oh, honey.
We tend to gossip. We do
gossip during shows.
Maybe.
I love you for doing this. Thank you, Max. Thank you, Jane.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh my God. I swear to God, if I could sing like that with that ease and that joy, I would never leave my house. I would just sing to myself. That was extraordinary. Okay. Adam Roberts has been on Broadway in Kiss of the Spider Woman. No, that's not right. Oh my God. We'll cut this out of the final. Adam Roberts has been seen on Broadway in Spider-Man, Turn Off the Dark. Big difference. And in Pippin, and in tours all over the country, in Miss Saigon and Dirty Dancing. He has a brand new CD called Length of My Love. Ruby, are you pulling it up? Are you pulling up Length of My Love? Yes, look at that. Hello. Would you please welcome Adam Roberts to the screen?
Hello, my friend.
Kiss of the Spider Woman. What?
I wish.
Who am
Can
I?
you imagine just me and Cheetah? The original, of course. Obviously.
Duh. You might have been a little young to be in that show.
Perhaps. I have a good
Cheetah's our guest next week, by the way.
Yes. I cannot
Cheetah
wait to
Rivera.
tune in.
Next week, tune in. Nobody's funnier.
I feel a little underdressed. It was the pajama party, so I'm in full robe regalia. Because
I've never been happier in my life.
I don't wear pajamas, so I was like, this is the closest thing to it. My Hugh Hefner robe and my house shoes.
I've gotten a lot of house shoes.
House shoes.
I haven't heard that word since my grandmother called them her house shoes.
Take the boy out of the South, but
It's true. I do get a lot of flack that we're not all in pajamas. I did it one week, thanks to our friend Richard J. Alexander, who we have on the show tonight.
Yep.
He sent me these fantastic pajamas, and he's like, it's called Pajama Party. What the hell? You're not wearing pajamas.
Well,
So I wore them, never felt less attractive in my life.
I think you can pull them off. I have a full faith in you.
Well, so many things to be said right now. Adam.
Yes, sir. How are you? It's been a minute.
Welcome.
It's been a long minute since I've seen your beautiful face.
Where are you now?
Kicking it up in Harlem. I've been back in the city since May 1st. So I was on the Miss Saigon, the National Broadway tour. And for whatever reason, we were the last show of all tours, all Broadway. We were the last show standing. We were in Fort Myers, Florida. And, Broadway shut down on a Wednesday. So we were catching wind of this, of course. And we were all kind of like leery, and we were tuning in, and we were like, what's going on? And every day our company manager was like, your call tomorrow is 6 o'clock or whatever, 7 o'clock. And so we found out it's up to the presenter, the venue that's hosting us, to declare whether or not we stay open or shut down. And they were like, no, we're in Florida, so we're going to keep going. So it was like Sunday we did a matinee, Sunday night we did a show. Meanwhile, like the pandemic's like ripping through the country, and I was like, we're doing like, the heat is on, it's like on. It was really crazy. It was kind of nice to keep performing, but it also felt very responsible and a little negligent. But
were you a little scared? I mean,
a little bit. And there's a lot of kissing in the show. There's a lot of snogging, so there was a lot of contact being made. But
oh God,
we all survived to tell the tale.
Well, listen, you've survived a lot of shows. Spider-Man.
Correct.
You did Spider-Man, and you lived to tell.
It's so funny because I did, I'd never done any kind of aerial work before. None of that. No silks, no flying around. So, I did this show, one of the stunt guys in the show. And then I did Pippin, which is like, big aerial acrobatic moment. Not me, but everyone's like, why are you always affiliated with these like thrill-seeking, these like, I'm like, I have no idea. But that's what seems to attract me to the show.
It must be under special talents on your resume, death-defying feats of some sort.
Just a little Evel Knievel.
Okay, so I know you're going to be playing guitar tonight, but
yes,
when did you start playing?
So
have you always?
The irony of it all is that my dad is like a virtuoso on the guitar. So he's a guitar teacher. So growing up, he was like hell-bent on teaching me this instrument, and I couldn't care less. I was like, nope, I want to sing, I want to dance, I want to act. Couldn't care less. So I resisted it, and finally, in my 20s, I was like, that'd be kind of a nice little thing to pick up, to be able to accompany myself. And then I kind of got the songwriting bug. So I've been teaching myself, and I'm kicking myself for not having taken full advantage of that growing up. I'm like, ah.
I know. I understand. My mother was a great piano player, and she would sit down and try to teach me. But when you're the kid I mean, there's just no. Everything was wrong. Everything she did was wrong. It was. I mean, I just was having none of it. Exactly. And now, of course, do you know how good I'd be if I had been playing all these years?
I think about that every day because I'm intermediate, but I'm like I could be an ace, and I'm just the Joker. Like a card analogy for you.
Thanks. I want to hear your dad.
Oh, he's amazing. My dad is like a bona fide yodeler. He's like yodelay, yodelay. He like can yodel like nobody's business. I mimic him.
No, but that sounded kind of good.
Yodelay. And then my grandfather, just Southern, 3 teeth in his head, but was in the Steel Guitar Hall of Fame. He played with every country music musician. Was just like the best in the business at his instrument. So just like a long lineage of musicians. And I'm like mittens on the guitar, third generations.
No, don't set it up like that, for God's sake. Okay. Were you on tour when you were working on your original stuff? Or?
Yeah, that was sort of like the impetus. Like I was like, I'm going to utilize this time. I've been wanting to write. So I wrote a bunch of music. I released 3 singles on Spotify, iTunes, the streaming platforms. And the one I'm going to play is one of them.
Is this from Length of My Love?
Yeah, it's a single called Length of My Love. And I know in retrospect, in hindsight, I can kind of see how that name would be a little precarious. But
especially when it's me.
Just great minds think alike. Dirty minds think alike.
Sing for us.
Okay. You tore my heart into a million little pieces. I laid myself in front of you. I was your landing pad, but you took what I gave, turned your back, walked away. The pain doesn't die. You make room for it. My ocean's dry. You're the storm that ripped through and shortened the length of my love, the length of my love. I'm not alone, sifting through the ashes. We both are responsible. Lit matches for dry grass. Words were said, then you left. I forgave. You forgot. The pain doesn't die. You make room for it. My ocean's dry. You're the storm that ripped through and shortened the length of my love. I hear so much love to give. I'm a man of many parts. Gave you an all access pass right to my heart. Caught in the cross currents, stretching further than I can reach out. The pain doesn't die. You make room the length of my life.
Oh, for God's sake.
A little lullaby.
Your voice is just so it's so facile. Is that the word I want? You can just do anything. It just is so liquid and good, and oh God, that was
It doesn't always
good.
feel that way, but thank you.
First of all, we're getting all kinds of comments. One from Christopher Sieber,
Yes.
and one from Richard J. Alexander saying, "What are the notes on the Post-its behind you?"
Oh, so one of my assignments I've given myself during the pandemic is I've been writing a musical. I wrote a musical. I finished the first draft of it. It's a coming of age story, loosely based on my life. So it's like boy in the South, gay boy in the South, grappling with that, coming to terms with that. Very like overbearing religious family that means well. They're very funny. They're like caricatures of themselves. These Southern archetypes. But there's so much love in the family, and the overarching theme is sort of like self-acceptance, self-love, self-discovery, being enough for yourself despite the obstacles. And it's been very therapeutic, and it's been scary because I'm like, I don't really know what I'm doing, but I did it. I wrote the music, the book, and Bob Bartley, who you probably know, who does Broadway Backwards every year.
Of course.
I'm enrolling him to sort of be like my mentor and maybe a co-writer perhaps, and perhaps a director. We'll see. But
he's so talented. I've known him since I lived in Dallas.
He's amazing. He's taught me so much about storytelling, composition, and just like really meaty characters that are real, and you like feel for them. So yeah, I just have my little image board to.
Well, it got a lot of comment. Let me tell you.
Thank you so much for thinking of me and for having me.
Adam,
it's also
thank
good
you.
for me to get over my fears of performing live. It's like you would think that a dinosaur was chasing me. Like my fight or flight flares up, and I'm like, I get so nervous. And I'm like, I'm not going to die.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh God! Not only did you not die, you killed it, and the people love you. How do we find you? How do we follow
Adam
you?
Roberts, at AdamAnt9 on Instagram, and I'm actually doing my solo concert October 1st via Zoom. I'm going to post the information tomorrow, so please come. It'll be fun. All original music. Yeah. That's
great. Let me know. Send me the information, and I'll spread the word.
Thank you,
Adam.
so much,
Thank
Jim.
you so much. You sound beautiful as always.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, my friend.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Okay, I have some thank yous. First of all, that was gorgeous. He's annoying. You look like that and you sing like that. Irritating. So many thanks. We're getting some wonderful comments and tips and what do you want to call them? Donations from some great people. Thank you, Audra, Ann, Carrie, Bill, Todd, Rick, Jillian, Jeffrey, Todd, a different Todd, and Sean. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. You have the length of my love. I think you know what I mean. Be ready for more? Perfect to follow that rude comment with a 16-year-old. This 16-year-old singer who lives in San Francisco with her two dads, a dog named Rita Hayworth, a cockatiel named Rosemary Clooney, and a fish called Vicky Lester. I mean, how could we not know this person? She's someone we need to know. Please welcome Ava Nicole Frances.
Hi. Hi.
How are you, my friend?
I'm great. Thank you so much for having me. How are you?
I'm really good. I feel bad even saying that because I know there are so many people that are so not good and having just the worst time. But thanks to Pajama Cast Party, it really got me back on track, doing what I love to do, which is talking and listening to brilliant performers like you.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, let's start at the beginning. You grew up with two dads.
Yes.
Two dads. I did this. That was weird. Two dads. And they made you their little model.
Yeah. Yes,
with
they did.
brilliant photos and brilliant costuming and styling. Well, let's just see some of them.
Okay.
My favorite. I love Jean Harlow. I mean,
Oh, yes.
What in the hell? Elizabeth Taylor. How old were you there?
This was last year. I was 15.
Gorgeous. Audrey Hepburn. And my all-time favorite, Barbara. Show Barbara.
Yes.
The pulling up of the skirt is so perfect. It's so dead on from that scene.
Thank you.
I love this so much. There was no choice that you were going to be in show business, was there? It was just going to happen.
Yeah, absolutely. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
No, of course not. And you performed your act all over the place in New York and LA and San Francisco. How did it all start? How did the act start?
So it's kind of funny. My first time performing on an actual stage was with you at the Raz Room when I was 8. I went and I sang Tomorrow. I was like this small.
I remember that.
Yeah, so that's where I started.
I didn't know that was your debut.
That was my first time ever performing on like an actual stage. I did like small theater productions, but that was the first like legit stage. And then my dad and I did an autobiographical show just about like who we are and what we stand for. And then recently I began doing a show with Miss Charlotte Crossley.
Who I love.
Love her.
Love. She was one of the original Harlettes, among many other credits. But I mean, she's extraordinary.
She's absolutely incredible.
So you were recently a finalist in the American Songbook competition that Michael Feinstein produces and hosts every year, which is pretty great. A pretty great experience, I'm sure.
Incredible. Yeah, absolutely mind-blowing. It was such an incredible experience. I loved it so much. I was so lucky to be there, even though it was virtual due to the current situation. But, even then it was, such an incredible, crazy learning experience. And I made such great friends and just one of the best things I've ever done.
Who were the other? I did it 2 years in a row. I kind of mentored and taught, and it was so fun. Who were the teachers when you were there?
So mine were Michael Feinstein and Faith Prince. Ashley Park was there. There was just an abundance of incredibly talented and crazy amazing people.
How fun. What are you going to do for us? I want to hear you. I want to show off what you do so well.
I will be singing some Broadway, some Mean Girls.
Oh, good.
Woo.
Good. Let's do it.
Awesome. When I was 5, I fell in love. It didn't last. He ran from me, literally ran from me. And being Kenyan, he ran fast. When I was 10, in love again, this Peace Corps guy. I waited hours inside his tent with flowers, which made him laugh, which made me cry. By 13, I gave up trying. I decided I would be a mathematician. 'Cause math is real. I memorized a lot of pi because addition and subtraction and division could never make me feel so stupid with love. Like I didn't get it. I didn't get it somehow. Smart with math, but stupid with love. I didn't get it. I didn't get it till now. So thank you, math, for being there to bring me joy. And thank you, math, 'cause now you've brought me this cute boy. He's like someone from TV. He's like the guy who gives out roses to those women. His clothes, his grooming, and he's a foot away from me with soupy hair and shiny eyes that I can swim in. He's living in the room, and I'm stupid with love. I wanna get it, but how? Smart with math, but stupid with love. I wanna get it, I didn't get it till now. I'm astounded and nonplussed. I'm filled with calculus. Does this guy work out? He must all sweaty at the gym. Could that image be more hot? Let me just enjoy that thought. School was rough, but now it's not. 'Cause now there's him. It's all so simple. Stupid with love, but I can get it. Watch this girl self-educate. I learned math so I can learn love. You wanna bet it that I can get it? Just wait. Just wait. Just wait.
That was so great.
Thank
My
you.
God. Ava, your voice is crazy. You are 16 years old.
Yes, I am.
First of all, you're so poised. I hate that word because it's so annoying to be poised, but you are. You're like such a hip person to hang out with. And then you sing like that. I can't wait to watch what you're going to do. This is so exciting.
Oh, thank you so much. This is, oh my God. Thank you for having me. This is incredible.
Oh my God. You're always invited. I don't know who I just became there. I became the cast of Mean Girls. You sound gorgeous. Thank you. Thank your dads. And thanks Charlo. I want her to do the show. That would be fun.
Absolutely. She totally should. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll talk to her about it.
Okay. Tell her it's painless. We'll be nice.
Okay, I will.
You're the best. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Have a great time. You're in LA, right?
I'm in San Francisco right now.
You're in San Francisco. That's right. Have a good one, and we'll see you very soon, I hope.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
I honestly can't imagine being 16 and singing my face off like that. When I was 16, I was selling rubber stamps. I was a clown, which Ruby and I have discussed. Ruby, come out here for a second.
Yeah, was that my cue to pull up the clown picture?
No. It was disturbing to so many people, and I don't want to frighten people. Maybe Halloween, maybe in a few weeks.
Oh my God. Jim, could we do an opening with pictures of Jimbo?
Oh, I can. Yeah.
For Halloween.
Maybe we have a very special, what day of the week does Halloween fall on?
Wait, let's see. Hang on. I have my calendar right here.
Oh, Ruby has a calendar in her computer.
Well, Halloween actually falls on the Saturday before Cast Party. So it's on a Saturday, and then Halloween is on a Saturday, and then Cast Party is 2 days later.
We'll figure it out.
So maybe, that would actually be our first episode in November. So maybe we ring November with scary clowns.
I mean, but everybody maybe has to dress up. Boy, they'll be flocking to that.
I could be you.
Yeah.
You could be me.
You can be me. Good luck. There's not enough anxiety in your apartment for that.
Want to bet? That's what producing this show every single week. You're waiting for me to do to need to be somewhere. So
I know how many shows are you producing a week?
A week I have four shows that I produce, 4 series that I produce.
Okay.
But in a month it's anywhere from, because I take on other clients. I think this month I had 18 shows.
Holy Toledo! I mean, you're a singer, actress, dancer, and because of the global pandemic, You're like a wildly successful producer. This is crazy.
It is crazy. You know what? I miss performing with all my heart, and I can't wait to hit the ground running once everything is safe, because my thing is I'm not the one to try and push everything. I want things to be safe, and so I'm willing to wait so that, we can all have, very long careers, and nobody gets taken down by this virus. But as we like to say, I learned to pivot, and now here we are.
Yeah. Just thinking about that, I'm modeling the cast party mask, which is available. Yeah, right there. We have so much crap, you guys. I mean, what?
Oh, wow.
That's new.
Yeah.
Pretty cute, right?
Jim, some might say crap, others might say treasures. We have a shower curtain. We have magnets. We don't have a candle. I mean, people, talk about the holiday season coming up. Regardless of who you need to buy a gift for, there was something on pajamacastparty.com. I bet you money.
It's going to get ugly toward the end of the season, me hawking this stuff for Christmas gifts. But we have to do a very special holiday show, too. We'll figure all that out. Okay, let's keep going.
Episode too.
Oh, good idea. We can put stuff on sale. I like that. Let's keep going. Let's do more show. T. Oliver Reid. This guy he's done many, many, many Broadway shows. I don't even know how many, but I'm going to make him announce them in alphabetical order. Would you bring him to the stage? The owner of a glorious voice, T. Oliver Reid. Ooh,
Caruso.
You might be our first jazz hand guy.
Thank you. I thought I'd have a little something special for you. I'm sitting out in my backyard with the cicadas just chirping away, so I hope you enjoy it.
Where are you?
In Brooklyn.
Okay.
We
thought it's gonna be like, I'm in Alabama. Or, no, Brooklyn.
Yeah, Alabama home. No, we are fortunate that we have backyard space, patio space. So I'm out here this evening.
It looks so beautiful, and it's all lit, and you're all lit, and
thank you. I got really nervous when you said to name the shows in alphabetical order.
I was going to make you do it. Wait, not yet though. I didn't realize that you had gone to the North Carolina School of the Arts.
I did, yes. I went to the school before it was University of North Carolina School of the Arts. It was just NCSA.
I see. That sounds like a TV series on CBS.
It's coming.
Did that give you a great start? Would you do that again?
I would, but it also there when I was there, it's all conservatory programs, so it's theater, dance, music, design and production, but not musical theater. While I was there, the deans of the School of Dance and School of Drama saw that I had facilities, so they let me take classes in their schools. So I ended up, with my music classes and then taking, jazz and some acting classes with School of Drama, ballet, and modern.
So you got that.
That's where I got this.
That's where you got that. Yes.
Yeah. Full use of all 10 fingers. Yes. Yeah. But no, it was great. It's a great school. It's great also because for me, it's like, if you're going to go to school, don't go to school in New York, because you're just going to want to audition. You want to be in the mix as opposed to just being somewhere else.
Yeah. I went to driver's ed, so that was good. Now, right after you graduated, you were on the road with you immediately went on the road with a national tour.
Yeah.
Once on this island.
Yeah.
So you're just out of school and you're on the road with one of the greatest musicals ever written.
Absolutely. And then I got the, full circle moment to come back to it a year and a half ago on Broadway. But yeah, Vicky Bussard, who runs the Baldwin Wallace musical theater program, she was directing the second national tour of Once on This Island. And she also directed our opera my senior year. So she's like, would you audition for this show? I was like, sure. Had never heard of it. Wow. And I started listening to the CD and fell in love with the music. And it's just, it really is some of the most beautiful music, and the story is so amazing. So it was really wonderful to do it then, and so meaningful to come back to it 25 years later.
That production, I will never forget that production as long as I live. Absolutely ravishing. Okay, how many Broadway shows have you done?
13.
Name them. in alphabetical order.
Oh, see, that's the thing. Alphabetical order.
Yeah.
Have you? No A's. I don't think any.
Okay.
B's. Okay. Chicago. Oh yeah. After Midnight was an A. Chicago.
After Midnight.
Chicago was C. D, E, F. Follies.
Okay. I love that production of Follies.
Thank you. G, H, Hadestown. I,
Okay.
J, K, Kiss Me Kate. L, La Cage aux Folles.
Oh.
M. Who knows?
You can just lie. You can just say MAME.
MAME. MAME. Yes. My favorite year. Yes, that was one as well. I can only really do them in order of show, but not. I've never tried to do them in alphabetical order.
I'm not going to make you go through the whole thing. If you had a shorter resume, I would. But your resume is insane.
It is my lot in life.
It is. What are you going to sing for us?
I'm going to sing a bit of a mashup that the wonderful Larry Yerman and I have put together of in the wee small hours of the morning, and another little ditty that you'll know as soon as you hear it.
I love Wee Small Hours. It's one of my faves.
Me too.
Oh, Natalie Douglas says,
"Hi, Natalie. How are you?" Just like that.
Sing for us. Sing for us. We're all cheering. We're watching and cheering.
Thank you. In the wee small hours of the morning, when the whole wide world is fast asleep, you lie awake and think about the girl, and never ever think of counting sheep. When your lonely heart has learned its lesson, you'd be hers if only she would call. In the wee small hours of the morning, that's the time you miss her most of all. In the wee small hours of the morning, while the whole wide world is fast asleep, you lie awake and think about the girl, and never ever think of counting sheep. When your lonely heart has learned its lesson, you'd be hers if only she would call. In the wee small hours of the morning, that's the time you miss her most of all. Hello, young lovers, wherever you are, I hope your troubles are few. All my good wishes are with you tonight. I've been in love like you. Be brave, young lovers, and follow that star. Be brave and faithful and true. Cling very close to each other tonight. I've been in love like you. I know how it feels to have wings on your heels and to fly down the street in a trance. You fly down the street on the chance that you'll meet, and you meet not really by chance. Don't cry, young lovers, whatever you do. don't cry, because I'm alone. All of my memories are with you tonight, 'cause I've had a love of my own. I've had a love of my own like yours. You lie awake and think about the girl. I've had a love of my own.
Okay, that was so
like
pretty. So pretty. By the way, I changed into pajamas for our next guest.
I love it.
But that was ravishing, and you gave us production.
Hold on, let's see if I can turn it back on.
I mean, what?
We have a disco ball in our backyard, so it's like, why not use the disco ball? And now it's being temperamental. It's like, I've done my part. I don't want to come back on now.
See, it's done. It's finished. I wanted you to get your money's worth and show it again, but it was so perfect.
And here it is, just a little bit of a.
Oh, there you go. Oh, I'm feeling all dreamy and kind of.
I mean, when you hear, again, We Smell Hours, just one of the most beautiful songs.
Isn't it great? I mean, that lyric is just incredible.
Yeah.
That's the time you miss her most of all. Oh, just shoot me. Philip Officer's watching.
Hey, Philip,
hi,
thank you so much.
Oh, my gosh. Well, thank you, my friend. Thank you for, first of all, how is your Wi-Fi so good in your backyard? I'm next to my Wi-Fi thingy, and like, it's like,
again,
I'm barely here.
Some days it's good. Some, like this afternoon, I was literally using my I call it my phone burner to make sure that I could use my computer, because it was like, I'm just so tired, I can't do it anymore. But tonight it apparently likes you, so everything showed up for Jim Caruso.
You are the best, and thank you for bringing us such a gorgeous performance. And come hang with us again sometime.
I look forward to it.
Where do we find you?
You can find me at toliverreid.com. You can find me there. I'm on Instagram at toliverreid, Facebook, Timothy Oliver Reid. And you can, if you want to go and look up blacktheatercoalition.com, that's my new organization that I started this summer. So look up and see what we're doing.
Good for you. Follow him. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Love you.
Thanks for singing.
Bye.
See you soon. Bye. Oh my gosh, that was so pretty. Okay, so these are the pajamas that were given to me by our next guest. If you want show business, people, you have to call our next guest. It's one named wonders like Barbara, Bet, Donnie, Marie, and Kristen have all hired him to concoct brilliant tours, concerts, because he knows every song. He's seen every show. He knows everybody, and he knows how to make things happen. Ladies and germs, are you ready to meet Richard J. Alexander? You can take it off.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Wait, what is that? Do I need to see that up close? Is that something I should?
Well, let me see. Did you not have your glasses on?
No. Oh my God. Where, how, and
Somebody
why?
sent it to me as a gift. I wish I could tell you where it came from, but I love it.
That is genius. That is genius. How are you, my friend?
I'm really good. Cheers. I've been drinking all night waiting for this.
Oh God. Well, we'll talk fast.
No. I'm a little nervous and a little drunk. But I just want to say a couple of things. I know you're interviewing me, but
yes,
Jim, I've been following you. Like, I haven't watched all of the shows in total every week. There's 25
How
episodes.
dare you?
But you've done such a great job, and you've introduced me to so many people that I didn't know. Like, who was the guy that we were in his living room with the piano? He had all the albums, like a classic. I think he was from a foreign land, and he played with a lot of bands. An older gentleman.
Oh
His
God!
apartment.
Not Billy Hinchy from Dino, Desi, and Billy.
No. Ruby, do you remember?
Who would that be? Now you got me. Whoever it is, I know I
He was
love
so
him.
great. I played all his albums, and I think you wrote me, you and Billy Stritch, the next day.
I'm so glad.
Yeah, just fantastic. But anyway,
that's the real
wanna know
fun
before we
of
start,
this.
I want to know how you met Ruby. I'm in love with her. And also I've been started like following her emancipation from working, her self-employment and performing. Like, I'm crazy about her. Where the hell did you find her?
Jim, can I say something really fast?
Yes, you can.
So before you tell Richard how we know each other, I actually met Richard, talking about like a really small world, 2 years ago at Desmond Child's Christmas party, which you've been to because we've taken you. My mom and I have brought you along to the cookie party. So that's how we met, funny enough.
That's crazy. And I don't remember. Did you look like this, or were you just in baby clothes?
I mean, maybe I wasn't in full producer mode. I hope I looked a little better, actually, because I wasn't in producing mode. But it was so lovely to meet you. I was a huge
Wait a minute. Who's your mom?
Victoria Shaw.
Oh my God! Of course, we have a picture together. You and your boyfriend.
Exactly.
Oh my God! Yes. Well, there you go.
And that's how we know each other, because her mom, who wrote little hits like The River for Garth Brooks,
and who filmed there at Birdland and stuff like that.
Started to come
good
to
friends
Cast
with
Party.
Kristen also.
That's right.
Yeah.
She would bring her 2 daughters. One was 6 and one was 4, Ruby and Ava.
Ruby, I remember I had pepperoni in my mouth and I stepped to the other side of the coffee table and we took the picture because the light was in the window there.
Yes, I remember because you
turned us around.
Yes, you said we need to take a picture with good lighting. So you were like,
that's right. And it's a good picture.
It's a great picture.
Wow.
Of course it is.
Okay.
Jim, thank you for wearing the pajamas. As you told the audience earlier, it was pajama party. And I'm like, where the hell are the pajamas? So I mailed them.
I know you got very incensed.
I thought about it tonight. Look, I was given these pajamas with pictures of Sally on them.
Your puppy.
Yeah, and I was going to wear these.
That's great.
I thought, I won't look good either. So I think you made the right choice.
I love these pajamas. I do love these pajamas.
Yeah. And I love that Adam showed up in a bathrobe. And I loved seeing Jane. We've worked together, and I invited her to open the Orlando Performing Arts. She's such a great singer, and she has perfect pitch, right? Am I mistaken about that?
I mean, if she doesn't,
I believe she has perfect pitch. Ava Nicole, I started following today. And T. Oliver Reid is a legend, and he has lighting, so he gets an A+ for tonight. Yeah,
production, right?
Yeah.
How is quarantine life?
In Matt Berman lighting right now.
Yes, you look good.
I'm all hooked up.
You never look better, my friend.
Oh, thank you.
How is everything down there? How's quarantine life in Florida?
Well, it's Miami, you know what I mean? So a lot of strange things have gone on here. And then, of course, the election's coming, and we won't talk about that. But, it's this is the thing. It's getting to me just like it's getting to everybody. And this is a wonderful thing, and I haven't talked to you. We talk on the phone usually in real life. But so this is nice. But it's I'll tell you what I miss more than anything, Jim. I miss we're social people. I think the first time I get hugged or somebody runs their fingers through my hair, I may cry.
I know.
I
totally understand.
And I'm in a theater 5 nights a week, just like you. And I was thinking about you today, and just like how you and Billy, you're at Bemelman's one night, your cast party, then you guys opened at the Basement, and then the hit with Susie Mosher's Tuesday nights. And I mean, the place is hopping. And then Gianni, who just actually loves what he does. And he's such a pleasure, and presents the singers and the bands, and that building at Birdland is hopping. And so congratulations on the new series. It looks fantastic. The camera work is great, the sound's great, the lighting. I've got all the
that's
people.
All Ryan Patternite is directing and running all the cameras himself. We do this series called Radio Free Birdland. This coming Thursday is Paolo Schott.
I know who I'm madly in love with. I love him.
Oh my gosh!
But I've got all the dates lined up. I know Sieber's coming. I know everybody. I watched Max, the very first one, and that's when I know how great the cameras were so crisp and the sound is so good. So congratulations, because you guys and then Julie on Fridays. It's like you have a full slate.
It's I've never had more fun. Well, I shouldn't say that. I am having a blast. I do, like you, miss just the hugging. And even when we get together at Birdland, we have to be so careful, and everybody's masked, of course. We sanitized the piano keys, the microphones.
It was alarming. Like when I saw you, not alarming in a good way. Like I thought, here you are in the dressing room talking to Max. You're in masks. Then you walk down that hallway, that shot from the back, and you hear the crowds.
Right.
I thought you did it so deftly and so great. And it's but I'll tell you, there have been a couple of moments when Audra sang with Seth and on the concert series, and she got overwhelmed, by producing her own voice and hearing the lyrics that she hadn't come out of her in a while. She just kept getting moved, and I was so upset in a happy, joyful way. And then when I saw Stokes on, I think it was the 4th of July thing on PBS,
please.
And they took him up to Purchase, and they had him in that Barron Theater, and you saw the fly floor, and he sang, I think it was The Impossible Dream. And I was just, and Ted Firth was at the piano, and I was just sobbing. It's the connection, and I just miss it. A
lot of people have come to Birdland to do these concerts, and they walk onto the stage, and some of them have just started weeping.
Yeah, Jessica V expressed that really well when she did it, when she was posting. And so it's very, very exciting, and but it's not the real deal. It is the real deal, but it's not. What we live for is the molecules in the room and the droplets.
Yeah, the droplets. Yeah, stay away from the droplets.
Large or small, we love the droplets.
Well, when this all started, you were doing weekly Zoom calls.
Yes.
But you guys at home, it was star-studded. It was so much fun. There were like 20, 30 people, fabulous people, Broadway, movies, television, and then just friends, normal people not in business. That got us through the first couple of weeks of this. That was fantastic.
It's very interesting you should bring that up because, yes, we had press agents and managers and lawyers and agents and people from all walks of life to sort of stay in touch. And back then, we were sort of light and fun and, because it felt like a snow day,
Right.
And then the reason I stopped doing them after 6 in a row was because the reality set in, and now we do them like once every 6 weeks or something just to touch base. But it was no longer like once you get your sock drawer Marie Kondo'd and your shirts are color coordinated, I mean, you're done. You know what I mean? And so
that's my everyday. Every day is a Marie Kondo day for me.
I've been developing my musical abilities, like my listening, my history, my theory, spending time at the piano, at the guitar, like all those kinds of things. And Matt set me up with my studio and the mic and the whole thing. So that's been interesting. But yeah, I miss it. And I've had some bad days where I've just cried. And I think when we lost Nick Cordero, I lost my shit. Like I just lost it. I was in the backyard screaming, I don't have a wife and a kid who, like take me. Like I really meant it. And I heard his album this week. And for those of you that didn't know Nick Cordero, if you listen to that 54 Below album, it is Nick. It's everything he was. It's so overwhelming. And it's a loss. And also just hearing about all the restaurants and all the hotels and the homeless people and the whole thing. I know it's not a shit show. People argue with me, when I post an article from the Post or something. I'm not doing it to say New York is fucked. I love New York. You know what I mean? And I would die not to come back to New York. But it's rough. It's rough for everybody. And
it is rough. I will say, though, there is so much energy in the streets. Even now. Times Square they always show because there's nobody in it, and that's so weird. But none of us go to Times Square anyway. Don't tell anybody.
But I think this is what you've done. I think you've filled this gap. I really mean this with my whole heart between you and Billy and
Seth.
Just everybody, all
Seth
of you, and you're just keeping it going, and you're keeping the community together because we all see each other when there's Gypsy of the Year, Easter Bonnet, Monday nights, and so you have kept this alive, and that's why I was happy to come and join you tonight because I'm a fan and I'm a friend, and a lot of our friends are suffering, and I think it's fantastic that people are donating. And this is what you're doing, but you are keeping Mondays alive. And if I'm a little emotional, which I did not expect, it's the truth. I haven't talked to anybody about this, Jim, and people don't get it. They don't get
this. This has saved me. It saved my life, that's for sure, because it gave me a mission. It gave me a reason. What am I supposed to do? I don't bake. I don't teach. So this was it, and it was thanks to Ruby.
Janet Siegel the way you can. Who can talk to this variance of people and talk to a young girl in San Francisco? You're amazing, and you do a great freaking job. To me, you're like Lester the Nightfly. You know the album?
I do.
I love that album.
I was hoping for Rob Lowe, but that's me.
Rob Lowe works
okay.
too, but
we have to get but now
okay,
now it's about
wow,
you.
I got emotional, didn't I? I went there.
It's okay. Your most famous client, arguably, I'm sure the others would argue, is a lady named Barbara.
Mm-hmm.
When did you meet? How did you meet her?
Wow, it's a fantastic story. I first met her when I was in Amadeus on Broadway. Amy Irving was in Amadeus. And I came to work one night and she said, oh, I turned down this Jewish thing today with Barbara. And I go, what Jewish thing? And she says something called Yentl. And I go, Yentl, the yeshiva boy? Are you crazy? You need to go read for that. She did. She got it. Barbara came to see Amadeus and invited Amy out to dinner with Sis Corman. And they were going to Orso. And she said, can I bring Richard? And she did. And it was the four of us. And, you know, it was the fur hat and the thing. I don't think I said one word, Jim. Not one. I'm like this, you know, because I've loved this talented woman since I was 10. So anyway, fast forward, and Amy would come stay with me, you know, during the filming of Yentl when she was off from, you know, wherever they were filming, Reykjavik or wherever the hell they were. And then fast forward in the 80s, she came to see Les Mis and I took care of her. And then in 93, the year I turned 40, Marty Ehrlichman came to New York because Jay Landers suggested that they meet me. So he came to the office, to Cameron's office, and he interviewed me and he got on the speakerphone. There was no cell phones or anything then. And he goes, you got to meet this kid, you know? And I went up to the apartment and Jay was supposed to be there and Marty, and I got out of the cab. I was very, very nervous. I got out at 90th Street and I walked the rest of the way and I knock on the thing and she comes, nobody's there. Nobody.
The Ardsley, right? The Ardsley building?
Yeah. And she comes down the stairs and she's like, hi, I'm Barbara. And I'm like this. And I go, okay, Richard, it's now or never. And I went like this, hi, no kidding. And we had a great meeting. And that night, just by chance, she was going to see Putting It Together, which I was working on with Julie Andrews. And Liza was in the audience that night. And so was Amy Irving. So I took care of all the girls. I walked Barbara back out to the car. And that we were going to talk about a television special. She was going to return to television. And then later that year, they decided to debut and go back to Vegas. So I flew out there just like everybody else and paid $1,000 a ticket and cried when I was in the concert hall, you know, being in the same room as that voice. And then fast forward to 2000 and I'm in P-Town with Mark and Bob Mackey and Ray and, you know, Richie and Preston and everybody. And I get a phone call, would you be available to work with Barbara? And I'm like this. And again, there were still no cell phones. They called me.
I'm in a cab.
Like I was at the Brass Key or something. And I'm like this. Oh, I think I'm available. And I went to dinner that night. And of course, it's not like you have your deal or anything yet. You know what I mean? But I went. And of course, you know, there were the non-believers. Oh, sure. You know, like all that. And the rest is history. And so this month is 20 years with Barbara Streisand. And I'm pretty damn proud of it. And it's been unbelievable. One of the greatest experiences of my life, straight through.
She must absolutely love you.
We're really good together. We are very, very good together.
Tell us something about her that would surprise us. I mean, we know she's a perfectionist. We know all of that
interesting
stuff.
Like all of that stuff. Like I've never read any of the books. Isn't that interesting? Because
I've read them all.
I do. Yeah. And like with Bette Midler, she couldn't believe I'd never seen Beaches. I'm like, why do I need to see Beaches? Like, what does that have to do with what I'm doing? You know?
Right.
And so, but Barbara, I always say this, and I even say it when I introduce like our dress rehearsal, I wish they knew her the way those of us that actually work with her know her, because the myth is so huge. It's so, listen, I'll be in the supermarket and it'll say security breach broken. I'm in LA. I'm working at the house. And I'm at the supermarket in West Hollywood and it says people climbed over the, you know, and just so much. But what I've learned from her, one of the gifts that she gave me is to have a broad back, you know, because what she tolerates on a daily basis is almost inhuman, you know, because it's such an easy target. And so, but the work, just the work ethic and going to work and being exhausted and hunting stuff, and me and Jay and her on the floor and Marty. And, one of my favorite things is when I sit back and we're in grandma's house and all of a sudden she and Marty transport themselves to Brooklyn stories or Detroit stories.
Oh.
And I'll tell you, and by the way, you met Marty, so you got a little taste when we went to the exhibit.
I've known Marty a couple times.
Oh, you have? Tell me.
Okay, well, no,
he came to the Jewish Museum with us to see the exhibit, and you had him cornered, asking him questions. You were so fascinated. And Mark's the same way. Sundroff is the same way.
But I'm interested in his life, though, too. Like, how did you know this girl? How did you get it? How did you know so soon?
His answer is
such a mensch.
That's the gig.
Such a great
Fix
guy.
The nose, fix the teeth. Stop singing those cockamamie songs. And he goes, that's the gig. And he's Marty's like a cool cat. You know what I mean? And he's become a very, very close friend. And
we should explain who that is.
Yes.
Marty Ehrlichman has been Streisand's manager since she was 16 years old, 16 or 17.
17, yeah, for over 50 years.
I mean, and they
didn't know what they were doing, and they learned it along the way. And he used to work at the mailroom at William Morris, and he would read contract. Like, these people, it was just a different time. Like, we were 10 years too late, Jim. We still got to work with greats that we love. But we missed that golden age by a decade, but we're lucky to have touched a lot of those people.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, I went to dinner with her once. This is the worst name dropping in the world. Get over it.
Drop it.
Barbara invited Liza to a bunch of those concerts at Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
So I was working with Liza at that point. So Liza dragged me along. Because I really didn't have any interest.
Yes.
No interest.
Great
So
plan.
we're literally sitting in the front row. I'm hyperventilating. It was one of the greatest nights of my life. Then we were with a bunch of people. At some point, Liza pulls me aside and says, we got to get rid of some of these people because we've been invited to dinner. And I said, oh, that's nice. Who's inviting us to dinner? She said, Barbra Streisand. So I now just completely moistening myself. We get in the car. We go to this beautiful restaurant on the Upper East Side. The dinner table is Liza, me, Barbra Streisand, Donna Karan.
Right.
No, what am I supposed to talk about? What do I have to offer this? It was one of the greatest nights of my life.
Plenty if you let yourself cut loose. But you were at a very famous night. When I brought all the Broadway team in to meet Barbara that night in Brooklyn, and you were with Cynthia Erivo, and you were with Sierra Boggess and her mom and her sister. And
Norm Lewis.
Norm. Who else was in that group? The guy that does all the Martha Stewart's and all those.
Randy Rainbow.
No, Brandy was there, but the other one, his best friend who does all those things down at Joe's Pub.
Yes. His name is not in my head right now, but yes.
And Audra was there that night, and she was pregnant, and that was a very exciting night, And Barbara, I always call her Broadway's greatest export, but she loves the theater so much, and she always goes when she's in New York, like all the time. Like, what should I see? What are the plays? People have told her in London, she'll go see stuff, you know what I mean? And if she doesn't have enough time, she'll go see Act 1 there and then see Act 2 when it comes to Broadway. Like, she loves theater. She really does. She loves actors.
I just feel she would enjoy Cast Party. I just know she loves an open mic night. Okay, so speaking of show business, speaking of loving it all, on those Zoom calls, I was looking around your apartment, like what's going on behind you.
Right.
What's happening on your walls is like a shrine to show business.
I know. There was one that I
show
really...
me some of the stuff.
Well, I pulled one down for you because I know you were fascinated.
Putting my glasses on.
Jim loves Donnie and Marie, right? And who doesn't, right? And so I had this crazy opportunity. One day I was driving, and it's like, hey, is this Richard J? Yeah, who's this? Is it Donnie Osmond? Who is this really? It's Donnie Osmond. I'm like, no.
Right.
Anyway, Donna McKechnie was my house guest, and they flew me to Vegas to interview me. And I ended up doing the reboot of the Las Vegas show, right? So, and it was very interesting because Donnie has his portion, Marie, blah, blah, blah. And I was there to work with Donnie and Marie. Okay. So that was how I stated my case. And and I saw the show, and it had footage of Bernadette and stuff. Like, I didn't know if I was gonna do it, and I thought, I've got to do this. And Dick Clark was there that night also.
Wow.
And so anyway, I told Marie, who had a lot of things going on, like a lot of things, because she has the books and the dolls and the thing and I said, if you will listen to me, if you just listen to me, okay, and focus, okay, and she knows this is a true story because I'm about to prove it. I will promise you 3 standing ovations in your section of the show. And I said, and I will bet you $100. So her first night, what happens? She gets 3 standing ovations. Now, by the way, I could have been wrong, but I was pretty committed.
Evidently.
So I hugged her and kissed her, and I said, I want it in 10s. And this arrived in the mail, and it hangs in my bathroom. So it's $10 bills. You were right. You won our bet. 3 standing O's, so that's $100, and then a picture of us.
Come on.
It's one of my prized possessions.
If there's ever a fire,
and it's got
run to get that
glitter and stuff like that. So this has glitter, but
of course it has glitter.
The house tour would be a whole other thing. It would be like going to the barn in Los Angeles, but it's a bit of a museum. You got to remember, Jim, I've been around for 45 years. So when people like Craig Burns come down,
yes,
my storage or Ben
Rummelauer,
they go crazy, and I lift the door, and it's like bedlam, and I'm like sweating, looking at my own career, looking at programs to Rockabye Hamlet, like all this shit I have, and I'm like, I get a fever. This is when I actually thought I had COVID, and I'm like, I got to go. No, just one more box. Let's open one more box. So it's a lot. Like it's a lot, even just like over there, like with Ian McKellen and Ricky and Bernadette, and it's like a lot. And then I'll never give up my records, and
oh my God, Richard!
It's shit everywhere. It's good. It's a good garage.
That's the name of your autobiography.
Well, it's interesting for Broadway Cares. When Tom called me last week, I thought, what do I have? So over by the piano, I had a framed copy of New York State of Mind from the duet sessions from Barbara's album,
yes.
Platinum, and it debuted at #1. But it was signed by Billy Joel and Barbara, and I just thought, God, come
on,
this could raise some good money, and I took it off the wall, and it raised $7,000. So that's what I'm supposed to do with that stuff.
That is what it's all about, my friend, and I'm very proud of you for doing that. That's incredible. So that $7,000 went to Broadway Cares, Equity Fights AIDS.
That's correct.
We'll never know who that goes to.
But I've been a board member for a very, very long time. But it's like, and then there's stuff in, I'll have young kids over, younger gentlemen, and they'll look at a picture, on the piano. And they'll go, are those your parents? And it's a picture of Julie Andrews and Stephen Sondheim. And I'm like that, okay, you have to go now.
No, but you know what? They are. I mean, they are all of our parents. They brought us up, those people.
Yeah. But it's just not possible. It's like when people don't know who Judy Garland is, and I go, you're joking, or Doris Day. And I'm like, you got to be joking, right? Like, you're just joking. What can I
Not
tell
everybody is as hip as you, Richard.
The kids, hip. I'm old, Jim. I'm old.
You're not that much older than I am, by the way. So let's not say that.
I'm 67.
You're what?
I'm 67.
Oh, you're a lot older than me then.
I know. Thank you. Be nice to your grandfather.
What should we be watching for? What's good show business coming up that we need to be knowing about?
I'm very excited. I mean, nothing of mine in particular, really. But I'm excited about like seeing Boys in the Band, on Netflix on the 30th. Yeah. They did that little thing. There's stuff, it's really weird. Like I have a calendar that I keep, I spread my newspapers out in the morning, and
I know you do.
And scheduling and the whole thing. And I think a lot of people see stuff because of me that they wouldn't see, whether it's PBS or whatever, because I do. And I burn up the DVR and then I drain it. You know what I mean? But, to watch Porgy and Bess at the Met, or to watch, Paolo Zott. It's like, I wrote him a fan letter, and I just said, Paolo, you know what it was? It was Bernstein's Mass.
Oh yeah.
And I just found him. I've seen him before, of course, but I don't know. He just got to me. And when the kids were reading the letters, the real life letters when he was there, And I said, I don't know what it is about you. All I know is I have to work with you. I don't know what we'll do. I don't have a project or whatever, but I want to work with you. I need to get into that voice. I just need to get in there. And he wrote me right back and he goes, let's do it. And so it's those kind of things that are very exciting. You know, we all know each other, but we don't know each other. And it's always wonderful to know. I mean, look at my life. My life changed, Jim, with Bernadette Peters asking me to do Carnegie Hall. My whole trajectory of my career. I was a performer. I was directing, but I met Bernadette on Song and Dance. And these are the days when, I heard Richard Maltby was going to do this little private workshop. And I went into the phone book, Jim. And I found Richard Maltby, Park Avenue, and I called him. Is this Richard Maltby? Hi, my name is Richard J. Alexander. You don't know me, but are you really doing a workshop with Bernadette? Like, it's really private? I will be your assistant. Let me stage manage it, and you can decide if you like me. You don't have to pay me.
Is that how it happened?
That's how it happened. And so we did a private workship. Then we went to Williamstown, and then it came to Broadway. And it's like, all these people that, like, we wanted to be in this business.
Yeah.
You could find people in the phone book. You really could.
Right. Absolutely. I called Rosalind Kind once. I called Rosalind Kind on the phone because I knew she worked at the Butterfly Bakery. Rosalind Kind is Barbra Streisand's sister. I was a weird child, and I got her on the phone. I don't know what I said to her, and she probably was annoyed. But I got her on the phone. It was like, I'm going to get there, Mr.
Exactly.
Papa, watch me fly.
When Patty Duke was on television, the Patty Duke Show,
yes,
I was a member of the local station, and I called after the Patty Duke Show, and I said, can I talk to Patty? The show's over now. And the girl explained to me that it's syndication. I'm like 9 years old. I'm calling to talk to Patty Duke. What the hell was I going to say to her?
It didn't matter. You and I both had the same
Remember we
love of talented people.
Pictures, and you would just be so happy when the mail came, whether it was an ant farm or a picture of Patty Duke. We used to send away for stuff.
I wrote to Carol Burnett. She sent me a picture. I wrote to the cast of Laugh-In, and they all sent me postcards. I have a picture of Ruth Buzzy in my photo album.
By the way, you have some great pictures. Let's talk about some of your postings on Facebook. Like I
live for photos.
Fantastic. Do you have them organized in any way, or you just find them, or are they in a scrapbook, or what?
Honey, I am so organized with the photos.
Archived online or what? Like scanned?
No, they're on a Flickr page. I keep them organized.
A Flickr page?
Yeah, it's like an app. I don't know what the hell it is. It's like
old, isn't it? Isn't that an old app?
It's probably. If anything happens to it, I'm screwed. Wait, Ruby just told me we have a question from the audience.
Oh wow.
Ruby, what's the damn question?
Wait, hang on. I have to scroll back. As soon as you said that, I lost. Oh wait, here we go. Here's the question.
Okay. Oh,
wow, Craig Brockman. Wow.
Craig Brockman.
Okay, if we're taking them by decades, I would have to say MAME. Is that the 60s?
Yeah.
I would have to say Jesus Christ Superstar. I would have to say Les Mis. I would have to say Miss Saigon. And I would have to say things like, what's amazing about being part of this business is like when you go see something like Spring Awakening and you just have to give it up. Or Floyd Collins. I never could have done that. I couldn't have done either of them. I don't have a little novella under my arm meeting with a rock band at midnight. And you got to give it up for these people. And Yale and like who directed Floyd Collins? I can't remember. Do you remember when it was in the little?
I don't remember. No. I don't.
I never saw anything like that in the thing. And Jason Daniele and Christopher. And I mean, these things are mind blowing, or the original Once on This Island. And you just got to know when you're witnessing talent and just going, Jesus, you know what I'm saying? It's like Tommy Kail, and you look at what is Hamilton. They're just these revolutionary, and they happen every so often. I was in the opening night audience of Dreamgirls and of Evita, Jim.
Oh my God!
I was in Amadeus during both of them, but I will never forget during Dreamgirls, we didn't know what was coming. We didn't know, and I'm telling you, I'm not going's coming. We didn't have any information. But I remember just before she sang it, I saw Michael Bennett out of the periphery of my eye, leaning against the far theater wall at the Imperial and going down so that he could get a gander at the balcony and the whole house for when the number was done. And he was there crying, and the ovation was unbelievable. And then
unbelievable.
Evita that opening night was wild, because when Patty came out for her curtain call in the hospital robe, the death robe, yes. She was like a frantic kid because, all the rumors, she had almost been fired. She made it. She made it to open night. She made it to New York and opened the show, and she won the fucking war. And that was a thrill because everybody knew, but information wasn't available like now. It was like you got information from people. You went to Joe Allen's, you went to, all the nightclubs,
and After Dark magazine. After Dark.
Please.
Remember?
When I got photographed by Ken Duncan, I thought I died and went to heaven.
That's a good thing. Paolo is watching right now, and he just sent me. No, Paolo, someone else. Yes, of course, Paolo.
Hi, Paolo.
Hi. He just sent me the greatest picture. I wish I could show it, but I don't think I can. It's me and Billy and Paolo at Birdland. Wait do you see his concert on Thursday?
You can tell he's another one, like Jessica. When Paolo was sort of keeping it secret, because I guess the whole project was secret, and he goes, I can't. You could see, and I think he was on empty streets of Broadway and went by Chicago where he had done it with Erica Jane, because I was going to go to that, when I came next to New York. And
no, that's Christopher. That's Christopher Sieber.
No, that's Paolo Zott. Paolo Zott was in Chicago with Erica Jane.
He was?
Yes.
How did I miss that news?
And it closed.
Hi. Oh, he's saying hi.
Hi, Paolo.
Hi, Paolo.
Yeah. And there's his picture still in front of the theater. And he had a picture taken. Yes. How
did I miss
that? He opened with Erica Jane. And so I was all excited because I'm a Housewives freak with the franchise. And I was so excited to see it. But Paolo Zott is so unique. And when I went to see his Brazilian show at 54 Below, I just sat there and my jaw dropped. Like he's
extraordinary.
He's jaw dropping. And not too tough on the eyes.
No, beautiful, and sings his face off, and is the nicest guy in the world.
And just does not go through.
Other than that,
And we know what this costs, and he's meticulous about this. He's meticulous about it.
Yeah, no, it's an extraordinary instrument. Well, Richard J., I love you. I appreciate your time and your kind words.
I'm happy to be here, but I mean every word, Jim. I didn't mean to get emotional.
Support. No, you're a supporter of so many fabulous people, and people that we've heard of, people that we haven't heard of, and I'm just telling everybody that I appreciate it, and I know everybody in town does too.
Do you have the shirt on under those pajamas?
Yes, because I had to do it fast.
And do you have the tie on too?
No, I took that off. I was smart enough to take that off.
I so appreciate you wearing them, and I'm so glad somebody.
Yeah, the shirt is nice. The gingham shirt is real pretty with it.
That we know and love, but I miss everybody. Many of you watching, and we all know and love each other, and hopefully we'll be back together, and that will be some.
Of course, we will.
It's funny. Let me just ask you a question before we close.
Yes.
When we didn't know the pandemic was going to last this long, I had already picked the show that I wanted to go to when Broadway reopened. Did you do that?
Right. No, but I know the first thing I want to do. I want to go to Joe Allen, which is, you guys, an after theater, or it's a theater hangout, but it's a wonderful restaurant on West 44th Street. I want a burger at Joe Allen, and I want to sit there and drink it all in. Jason Woodruff. Jason is commenting right now.
That's right. Joe Allen may deserve a plug. But I
greatest Joe Allen guy.
In my heart, I wanted to be at Ain't Too Proud the night Broadway came back, just to cry my eyes out, bust out of that. I just wanted to cry from joy. And then also the other thing that is just so close to my heart is all the cast of Six. It was their opening night, Jim. Their parents were there. The flowers were in their dressing rooms. Okay, they had their party clothes, and they were shot.
No, it's just tragic.
It's unfathomable.
Tragic. But here's the good news: at some point, it's all going to come back, and we will be there. And I think that's the perfect way to end this.
I love you.
Something upbeat. I love you too. Thank you for your energy and your fun and your stories. Your great stories. That's Richard J. Alexander.
Bye.
Well, now come on. We give you great singers. We give you great stories. we do have a lot of people to thank. My gosh, where did they all go? Where'd that thingy go? Gabrielle Stravelli, gorgeous singer. Thank you for your tip. Brian Martin, thank you, my friend. Elizabeth, Dale, Bobby, Sean. That's just on Venmo. I can't pull up PayPal right now, but thank you all. Feel free to tip away, to donate, so that we can keep this going. This platform that we do this on actually costs money. Don't you hate that? So we have to pay for it. Ugh. And pajamas are expensive, people. Pajamas with gingham underneath. Don't forget to visit our merch store. Buy a hat. But look at this piece of something. Look, it's a tote bag. So cute. And look, both sides, high end, people. The candles, just buy it all. Tip us, buy us all. I want you to just run out of all your money. Wait till you hear next week. We've kind of teased it. Next week, Pajama Cast Party, songwriter Gary Burr, who happens to be one of my favorite singers too. He wrote hits like "Love's Been a Little Bit Hard on Me" for Juice Newton, among other great songs. A gorgeous young singer named Avery Raquel. From Las Vegas, superstar Frankie Marino. I mean, there are billboards in Las Vegas the size of, I don't know what, the size of billboards with Frankie's picture. He's going to blow you away. A wonderful, soulful singer named Naika Sings, who we all love at Birdland. Oh my gosh. And Chita Rivera with her daughter, Lisa Mordente. They're going to talk. They're going to dish. We're going to get the lowdown on what's happening in Cheetah's life. And Lisa, who is just a fabulous singer too. It's going to be so fun. Ruby, do you have anything else to say?
I mean, what a great show. I mean, it was good. I could have listened to that for so much longer. And you know, Jim, we actually had comments. People were saying, I hope that even when Birdland and Cast Party come back, you continue doing these legacy talks, they called them. I love that. I love legacy.
Oh, that's
talks.
good.
I think that's really good. And so
that's really good.
I mean, what a fantastic way to end an autumnal Monday.
It's our 25th anniversary, my friend. Congratulations on all the great work you're doing. Congratulations to everybody watching for getting through this. Yes. I mean, I'm with Richard. I could cry at the drop of a hat. I'm not going to, but I mean, it's such a traumatic, weird, it's just strange time that we're all living through. So thank you for watching. Thank you for living through it with us. Thank you for inviting us into your home and onto your laptop. We'll see you next Monday. Thanks, Ruby. Mwah. Thanks for watching Pajama Cast Party. To follow us on YouTube, just hit subscribe. Click on that little bell and we'll keep you updated on future shows. You can also follow us on Instagram at Jim Caruso's Cast Party. The end.